Now that we understand the utility of the DISC profile, let's get into each of the 4 types of communication styles.
As we go through this, pay special attention to your own profile. We are going to highlight both the strengths and the trouble spots for each profile.
Remember that these categories are meant to be general and do not automatically assume that you have each of these strengths and weaknesses.
Chances are you're going to learn a lot about yourself as we go through these profiles. Now let's begin.
The D type, which stands for direct, dominant, and decisive. Ds are your get-her-done people. They're usually driven more by tasks than by relationships. Their primary focus is getting results, and one of their greatest strengths is that they are often very confident in their actions. A D appreciates direct communication and needs to know that things are getting done quickly and efficiently. They need to know that someone is taking the lead, and if someone isn't, they are more than willing to do so. This is why you'll usually see Ds become the leaders and frontrunners of teams and organizations. This comes out in their desire for results, not control. Ds tend to focus on the bigger picture and would prefer to not get caught up in the details. They are highly productive, and when a challenge arises, they excitedly rise to the occasion. Ds tend to be the leaders, the project managers, the drill sergeants, sports coaches, and entrepreneurs. Because Ds are very direct, this can lead to people interpreting their communication as mean or insensitive. However, it's important to know that their intention isn't to wound or to coddle others, they simply want quick results. While their strengths lie in their confidence, progress, and leadership, these can become weaknesses if overused. For instance, confidence can become stubbornness with an unwillingness to change or listen to others. Their task-driven mentality could cause them to overlook kindness and patience towards those that they're leading, which is often interpreted as being bossy or controlling. Their desire for results could cause them to become overly frustrated at individuals who need more time to develop the product or a relationship. Examples of well-known D personalities include the Apostle Paul, Solomon, Joshua, Donald Trump, Wonder Woman, and Simon Cowell. All of these are strong personalities who are highly capable, very confident, and have an uncanny ability to make quick decisions.
The I type stands for inspiring, influencing, and indirect. It's very easy to recognize an I by their charming and bubbly personality. They tend to value relationships more than tasks, and their outgoing nature causes everyone around them to feel like a friend. They are incredibly persuasive, enthusiastic, and natural team builders when they believe in something or when they find it to be fun. However, when something stops being fun or interesting, they quickly lose interest and focus. I's value recognition and appreciation very highly, and they need to know that their ideas and contributions matter. They operate best in informal, comfortable, and optimistic environments, and they are usually so focused on the people that they are spending time with that they forget about schedules or previous commitments that they have made. I's tend to be emotional, which can come into play in their work and personal lives. They tend to focus on the immediate need in front of them rather than the bigger picture. I's tend to be your party hosts, your motivational speakers, salesmen, and creatives. And I's strengths can become weaknesses when their fun-loving nature causes them to ignore less exciting responsibilities. They tend to be very forgetful and unreliable if they are not mindful of their own tendencies. They may avoid conflict at all costs. Their desire to be liked, when taken to the extreme, could lead to dishonesty, overpromising, and underdelivering, and possibly even manipulation. Some widely known I personalities include Michael Scott from The Office, Robin Williams, Donkey from Shrek, Apostle John from the Bible, King David, Apostle Peter, Oprah, and Robin Williams. I's are people-loving, optimistic, and charming.
The DISC personality S types, which stands for steadiness, security, and stability. S's are champions of loyalty and stability. They are excellent at making wise, cautious steps to avoid danger, disruption, and risk. S's can take risks, but they need to understand why a change has to occur before being comfortable with it. S's like to plan events, as opposed to the D and the I, who are more spontaneous. The S's personality seeks harmony and peace, and they are very diplomatic in their decision-making and confrontation. These people are incredibly supportive, reliable, and sincere. S's are not comfortable with public displays of emotion, but they can express deep personal emotions privately. They're very calm and emotionally stable individuals, and S's would rather improve something than change it or start over. Careers that are well suited for an S would be things like investigators, counselors, teachers, nurses, or librarians. Like every other personality, the overuse of these strengths can become weaknesses. Resisting change brings safety and stability, but it can also limit growth and adventure. S's are very agreeable, but their non-confrontational nature can lead them to stay quiet when they get repeatedly upset, which causes them to blow up later from keeping it all inside for too long. An S puts their needs last, which, while selfless, can lead them to feeling undervalued and underappreciated. A few examples of well-known S personalities include Luke from the Bible, Charlie Brown, Gandhi, C-3PO from Star Wars, and Mother Teresa. All of these individuals are steadfast, loyal, and motivated by a deep sense of purpose.
The C type stands for conscientious, cautious, and careful. C's are driven by attention to detail and a high standard of excellence. If a C is assigned to a task, they are going to do it to the absolute best of their ability every single time. They are precise, logical, and often very competitive. They are very observant, curious, and they ask a lot of questions. Although reserved in their demeanor, they can be relentless when it comes to getting all the facts needed before making a decision. They are willing to confront others when standards aren't being met and otherwise prefer to keep their personal lives private. C's are filled up by affirmation and acknowledgement of their skills and decisions. They love order and control. A C would prefer to perfect something rather than change it or start over. C's tend to be the technology champions, the specialists, the scientists, the accountants, and the historians. However, the strengths of a C can turn to weaknesses when overused. Their perfectionism can often make them bad team players since they can do it better themselves. Their need to get it just right can often cause them to miss deadlines and work something to death rather than just settle for a B+. A C's observational and analytical nature can often come off as being overly critical or insensitive towards people, which can cause quite a bit of tension. Some widely known C personalities include Albert Einstein, Bill Gates, Mr. Spock from Star Trek, Monica from Friends. Each of these individuals are precise, high achievers, and some of the best in their field.